Hey guys, just wanted to show you a trick that I sort of have not really made up on my own, but have made it a standalone effect on its own. This is a move that I saw Ricky Jay do in Ricky Jay's card manipulation trick, which is just awesome, a favorite of mine. So this is one of the moves that he does as a standalone effect. I think it works really, really well. So we need two selections. We'll have somebody just call it stop. There's the first one, King of Diamonds. Perfect. Have another person call it stop at the Four of Hearts. King of Diamonds, Four of Hearts. So we'll lose those into the center. I'll cut up the deck a little bit like this. Give it a couple of cuts like so. Great. Just those cards somewhere in the deck. Now what we need is a helper card. This isn't really a selection per se, but this is a card that is just going to help us with the trick. So I'll just grab a random one. It is the Nine of Hearts. So the Nine of Hearts is going to help us for the trick, because if I throw it into the air like that, I can actually catch it in the middle of the deck. And there it is. And wouldn't it be amazing if where it landed was actually between our Four of Hearts and King of Diamonds? So that's the effect. Now, of course, you could work this into another trick, I'm sure. I'll actually try to do a quick performance. Let's say we were going to do some sort of sandwich trick, and we were going to use like this. We could use this as sort of the opposite of a sandwich trick, where if we were using the two red queens, we could throw up the 10 and catch it between the queens. I know that wasn't a perfect performance, but there are other performance ideas for this move. Yeah, it's challenging, but I think it's a lot of fun to practice. So let's learn it. Okay, so this is definitely not a beginner effect. There's a few prerequisites that you'll need to know. I'll put a link in the description and maybe around here somewhere to how to do the Charlier cuts. This is something you're going to have down really well to be able to perform this. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead and learn that, master that, and then let's get on with the rest of the trick. The control that I'm using is taught on 52 Cards channel. It's just the double dribble control. I'll put a link to that as well. It's pretty nifty little control, but you could use any 2-card control. I've always wanted to try to do like a double Herman pass. Let's say these are the cards where you get breaks in 2 spots, and then did a double Herman like this. Like I always thought that would be cool. I don't know if I could ever perform it. I think you could if your card trick was happening in more of a conversational style. Maybe you stopped partway through and then finished it off. Maybe you could do that. Of course, if you want to just, do 2 double lifts, I mean, you could do that as well. It's a lot easier if you have the selections picked at different times. But I do like that that control that I used. So go ahead and check out that. And 52 Cards, great channel, of course. So let's just use that one now. 4 diamonds, and then getting a little break. 10 of Hearts, awesome. Getting our breaks, cutting. Alright, and then because this, of course, this control controls them both to the top of the deck, then you need to get one of the cards to the bottom. So thumb up, 1 card there, with a little thumb break. Pick off the bottom of the deck, and you're going to undercut this card. And what I don't like to do is I don't like to just undercut it the whole way. Those cuts look boring to me. So I undercut it like 2/3 of the way, and then I lift up and I break this deck into 2 sections. And then I strip out the one like that. So if this card's here, I undercut it, that it's right there, and then I break this packet, and then just has a little more rhythm, a little more interest with the trick. So to the actual thing itself, maybe this trick isn't too hard to figure out, but it is tough to do. So you're going to pull out a random card, and then basically you're going to take that card, and I like to do a little flicker flourish, and this is very purposeful because at this moment you're going to be getting set up this far into the Charlier cut. So you're going to be right there. You do a little flicker to distract them, then you're going to throw this card into the air, and then it's going to be caught in the middle of this cut. Now, I find it's as much as possible to let it sort of land itself in there. That always takes more self-control than I have. Sometimes it'll tip off the front or whatever, but just trying to get over that card as it falls through the air. Now, right now, my arms are kind of hugging a camera stand, but something like that, and I know that's close range. When Ricky J does it, I mean, he gets the thing quite a bit higher. Sorry, this is hard to work around. So one thing I would say is if you're going to perform this trick, go ahead, have a backup plan. My go-to is, okay, I drop the card, I get a break, which isn't hard to do after you've gotten the card there. You get a break between the cards, and then I'm going to get this card back. And one thing you could do is say, hey, I'm sorry that didn't work. I'm fine with, because of the way I do magic, I try to make it more of a conversation, less of a performance when I actually do card tricks. Just go ahead and do maybe Matthew Abish's Force or something like that to get the card. You could do that, or you could do I love this when you put the card on top and you have your suctions there, and then you just do the Herman pass and it melts down. I mean, that looks scary sometimes. I mean, it just appears there, and it's so good that people don't notice it. You almost have to like point out that the card is now in the center of the deck. So that one's kind of cool. It just feels like when I see that one, I always feel like I just looked away and then I looked back and it was like I love the look of that one. Of course, best case scenario is that you just throw the card in and it lands. So practice that a little bit. Sometimes it'll just be barely in there. If you want to take a moment just to show this is something I think I could have improved on in my performance, is take just a second, push the card all the way in, and then I like to set the cards down and spread them out on the table. Of course, this is nice because this whole trick can happen in the hands, and this might be, if you're going to do it in the hands, do something like this, nice slow turnover. So anyway, those are the bare bones of the trick. If you're at the level, I mean, where you're able to do this sort of trick, I think you'll probably be tracking with me thus far in the tutorial. But really, have fun with this. I hope you guys enjoy practicing it. I hope you enjoyed performing it. So until next time, take care.